Hey, Helldivers. I'm gonna talk about. Fucking God. I want to shoot you in the fucking skull. Hey, Helldivers. There's some. Can you shut? Hey, Helldivers. I'm just gonna talk about some recent stuff in Helldivers 2 and give you some more information behind it that not the big YouTubers are telling you about. So, you know. So number one, Arrowhead changed how super samples is going to work. I'm gonna murder you, democracy officer, I swear to God. Yeah, super credits have changed. Also, I'm a little bit sick, so just coming off the end of it, so sorry if I sound terrible. But Arrowhead has changed how super credits are going to work. With their post that probably everyone knows now, but I'm just going to read it again for clarity. Cheaters have been a top topic in player feedback since launch, and today we're united in dealing with a hefty blow to their undemocratic ways. The shortening of it is, if you earn credits at an unreasonably high rate, that is substantially higher than the highest player's earning ever recorded, there are now steps in place to counter this. This will not affect legitimate players, only the bad apples cheating the system. Which I think is good. Now, people are flaming Arrowhead for protecting their profits and not prioritizing the player, or that they're only doing this because they've started losing money on it and stuff, which I don't think makes much sense, because there already were counters in place for this that Arrowhead had from launch, where people were trying to farm these super credits using the glitch you've probably seen where they hack the game so that resupply pods, instead of having the resupply packs, they have super credits in them. So people cheated this by then going and doing that in public missions and in private missions to just completely get millions of super credits. The limiting factor for using that glitch was that when they'd pick up a bunch of super credits and stuff, it would only... the notification that, oh, you picked up the super credits would only go for a maximum of 9 pickups. So whether that was 9 sets of 10, so you only get 90 super credits at a time, and then that will be it. So the first notification that pops up for your first bit of super credits is all that you get. That guy just came out of the ground. So if I picked up 16 million super sample drops, doesn't matter, the first notification only lasted for me picking up 9, so that's the only amount I'm going to get, whether it's 90 or I had a 100 mixed in there as well or something. And you can't fabricate the value of the pickups, it's only the actual pickups. So hackers will still only pick up 10 credits at a time and can't pick up 900 credits at a time, if you know what I'm saying. Sorry, I haven't played Helldivers in a while. I've been busy with other stuff, so I might be a little bit rusty. So yeah, that's how it happened before, but Arrowhead's changing it now so it works a little bit differently, but I don't think it's going to completely solve the problem. Like, at all. Because hackers found a way to keep that notification that you first get when picking up super credits on forever. So then the notification never goes away, and they can pick up millions of super credits very easily within that 40-minute limit of the mission. So they use that infinite notification to pick up as many super credits as they want, and then they just trigger the mission to extract and them to be on the Pelican and then just leave the mission entirely. So now I got obliterated by an orbital laser. So now hackers are able to go into a trivial mission, deploy resupplies as many as they want indefinitely, instantly, that all have 4 sets of super credits in them that could have hundreds or tens of super credits, and they can get as many as they want. So how do you battle against this? Arrowhead took the approach that they're going to limit the amount you get based on if you get too much. Now, you may have seen that there was a post by Mitchumis, I think it was, saying that they don't have the capability to ban players. Where is my gun? As for the reason why, it could be for compatibility between platforms. So if you ban someone on Steam, there might be issues banning that same person on Xbox and PlayStation. And then if you ban them on Steam, then they can sign in with their PlayStation, then they can link their PlayStation account or link their Xbox account, and then they just get 3 accounts. So instead of banning, they're going to limit the amount that you can get. I think that's also the reason why crossplay isn't a thing, because I don't think PlayStation and Xbox really want to do any more linking together more than they already have with Helldivers 2, because why would you link together when you can just have it all, you know? I don't know, that's just me hypothesizing, don't take that as truth. I'm just a YouTuber. Not even a very cool YouTuber at that. And I somehow survived that. I'm the greatest YouTuber. What is the Hellpod doing? Honestly, what is the Hellpod doing? So what Arrowhead said in their post does make a very vague point about what they're doing, and you aren't going to get banned, is what I'm trying to say. You know, you won't get banned for doing these exploits because Arrowhead can't, because they can't enforce that ban across platforms, I don't think. So, according to one of my sources, which has been a reliable source that has leaked a bunch of stuff and has caused for me to be able to leak other things to you guys and find some glitches, so I trust them a lot with this information, said that Arrowhead... Oh my god, can I stand up, please? So you might be wondering, what has Arrowhead done to combat this cheating epidemic, and what are they actually going to do? Because they're not going to be banning players, so how can they possibly fix this issue? It's rather creative, actually. Arrowhead is going to be limiting you to 3,000 super credits until you open up the game again, and then you can farm another 3,000 super credits. But yeah, that's it. Just 3,000 super credits, relaunch the game, another 3,000 super credits, which ultimately doesn't really help. Because what I've seen from cheaters is that they can't really do much in their game. Sometimes it crashes, sometimes it glitches, and they have to relaunch the game anyways. And so then ultimately does nothing for them because, you know, they'll just relaunch the game and then do it all again. Which I guess it slows them down so it can make the impact less. Of all the solutions that could have been thought of, I think that this was probably the worst solution out of them. Because without anyone properly understanding it and without a clear number of what it is, no one really knows how it's going to affect them. But Arrowhead is putting in a super credit limit every time you launch the game. When you launch the game, you'll have a limit of 3,000 super credits that you can farm, whether that's legitimately, or whether that's by hacking, or whether you, I don't know, probably purchasing them wouldn't count, but maybe. After you farm up 3,000 super credits, you'll get nothing else. So if you're on Trivial and you get 2,999 and you try and pick up 10 more, you'll get to 3,000 and won't pick up anything else. But if you close your game and open it up again, it will reset that limit and you'll get 3,000 again. So Arrowhead isn't stopping super credit farming, but they're just limiting it, which isn't really going to do anything. So I guess that's kind of a best case scenario for this, because they could have completely revamped super credits and how they counted towards players and limited them on the back end or something, I don't know. Or ultimately just banning. But this was the solution that Arrowhead came up with, so that's how it's going to work from now on. 3,000 super credits, then you got to relaunch your game. Up next, I have some more leaks for the new War Bond. I was able to gather some more information on it, more specifically, are you going to speak?
Democracy calls for aid. Only you can answer, Helldiver.
Oh, can I? Can I? Look, you're going to talk again when I go into this map.
This planet is
See?
choked by the smog of cyborg megafactories.
Unbelievable. I have some more leaks based on the new War Bond that's coming up for you guys. So we're going to start off with the Laz-22 Shear. It does 350 damage a second. It has a fire limit of 4. And it has a recoil of 0. It shoots a beam. And it has heat damage. And it has light armor penetration. That's cool. Then it's the light armor. The KDM 763 Pace Setter. Now, this is a light armor that has a stamina regen of 125, a speed of 550, and an armor rating of 50. And its passive is Kinetic Displacement Mitigation, which provides 50% damage resistance to fire, allowing the bearer to be rest assured. I want to get a mod that shuts the Democracy Officer up, bro. I don't care. It has the Kinetic Displacement Mitigation armor passive, which provides 50% damage resistance to fire, allowing the bearer to be rest assured in their inflammability. It gives the bearer a 50% chance to avoid grievous limb injury, and it reduces damage taken from impact and collisions by 30%, which could be very helpful if you're going up against a Hive Lord and you get launched millions of miles up into the air because you stand in the wrong spot. And then next we have the KDM 73 Dragoon, which has slightly better armor ratings because it's medium armor and then the same armor passive. We have the integrated extinguishers booster, which upgrades Helldivers uniforms with form-fitting automated rapid response fire suppression systems, significantly reduces the time it takes for a burning Helldiver to naturally extinguish flames without the need to conduct rapid ground-aided smothering. It extinguishes flames for you quicker, so you don't have to dive all the time. Next, we have the Caltrops grenade. Now, I leaked this a long while ago. I think about 3 months ago, but the Caltrops grenade. It's a stun and it's sticky. It does 50 damage, it has 3 penetration, and it's an outer radius of 10, so I guess it launches stuff out by 10, and it doesn't really do any damage, it just stuns stuff with electricity or something. I don't know. And the Hyena, we already have the Hyena, so we don't need any specs for that. Then we have the KDM 500 Outrider, with an armor rating of 150, a speed of 450, and a stamina regen of 50. Yeah, it's heavy armor. And it's got the same armor passive. It looks to me like it's got... Yeah, Max, we don't care. We're going to talk about something else. I think that we're going to get everything in this War Bond for free through these Galactic War campaigns. And then we're going to have the option to get the War Bond later on if you miss out. So you can play the game and earn these for free, or you can get these... You can get this stuff in the War Bond. Anyways, back to the narration. The Entrenched Division armor. I forgot what it's called, but it kind of looks like that. I've got the KDM 500 Outrider helmet. Now this is an armor rating of 100, speed of 100, and stamina regen of 100. And we're going to be getting this helmet after this Galactic Campaign major order thing. That's what we've got coming up next in the War Bond. And we've also got that super credit thing, so just keep an eye out. I do not condone hacking in any way. I'm just giving this information for clarity and so people know more about the limiting and how super credits are going to work in the future. What's going to happen is you're going to have a limit of 3,000 super credits, and then once you reach that limit, just close and relaunch the game and the limit will reset. So yeah, that's basically it. Thank you all very much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to share it with someone and leave a like. And if you're on mobile, I learned about the hype button recently. And apparently it's important for me to say, use the hype button. Okay. Alright, bro. I also learnt that I should be telling mobile users to use the hype button on my videos because that's a measured metric. And I should be using it so I can push my video further in the algorithm, which I think is stupid. Limiting a feature to mobile only should be a silly thing. That's giving a exclusivity to a certain demographic of my audience, which I don't particularly like. You're all equal to me. I all like you the same. You're all cool because you watch me. But yeah, if you're on mobile, use that hype button because that helps me somehow. I'm not quite sure. I mean, even if you don't like to, use it. I'm joking. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. And leave a comment about what you think about this new super credit limit and if it's going to do anything against hacking and more super credits or anything. Because I don't think it will. To the regular players, it's not going to affect anyone really. And to the hackers, it's not going to affect anyone really. But again, I'd like to see what you guys think about it. And thank you all very much for watching. And I'll see you all in the next video.